right, let's get down to it. How many times have you moved in your life? I am a military brat, youngest of 5 kids. My dad was in the Air Force. I was born at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. So we have moved a lot, but we've moved a lot more than we needed to. My dad liked to buy houses and fix them up and then sell them for a profit. So I'm not going to tell you how many times I've moved right now, but I will say we've lived in a lot of different places, in a lot of different states and overseas. My brother was born in Taiwan, Taipei, Taiwan. And my question, first of all, it sucks to move, right? I mean, you realize how much stuff that you've got when you have to get rid of it, pack it, move it, sell it. It sucks, and it's a lot of work. It's not so bad when you move for your company, because they, are the ones footing the bill, but the cost, the time, the energy, the total uprooting of your life, where you live, saying goodbye to friends, is pretty stressful. And if you've done it many times, you know what I'm talking about. If you've done it just a few times, you know what I'm talking about. Now, when you're in the military, it's a little different because you have a lot of help from the military for dependents. My mom had to deal with 5 children flying overseas to go to Taiwan. Now that's a long flight, and it's not on one of those comfort jets either. So, but she had help because some of the recruits, some of the other Air Force guys, each took a child in hand to help out. So that was a lot of help. And plus the older kids kind of helped take care of us younger ones. Like I said, there were 5 kids. But here's the thing. When you move that many times, in my opinion, you can turn into one of 2 different types of people. Either you become very, very shy, or you become very outgoing. If you're shy, like I turned out, it's because, you're constantly saying goodbye to friends you've made, and then you got to go to a new school and make all new friends, which is sometimes painful. As you know, there's bullies, there's, you don't know if you're going to be liked or not. I was the Amazon in the family. I'm tall, and I wore these thick Air Force issue eyeglasses, so they kind of called me Amazon. So my point is, I became kind of shy and withdrawn because you make friends and then you say goodbye, and it's so painful. And even though you stay in touch for a little while, you still really usually never see that person again. I'm so jealous of people who have lived in one spot for many years and have developed these lifetime friendships with people. And they, live in the same city, and they know each other's families, and they know the kids play together and grow up together. But anyway, after a while, after several times of moving, I stopped making friends because I was just not wanting to say goodbye. It hurt too much. On the other hand, you can become a very charismatic, outgoing person, which some of my siblings did. And maybe it is very easy for them to make friends. because you get used to it and you just roll with it. I never did. I never was able to just roll with it. Like I said, I just had a really difficult time. So, how many times have you moved? And did you enjoy it? Did you become an introvert or an extrovert? You know, did it change your life completely? It really does broaden your horizons, because on the one hand, I am able to roll with some situations, but it can be a bad thing too, because, you know, you get used to going to a new place and you're like, oh cool, a fresh start. Nobody knows what I'm like. Nobody knows my past. Nobody knows all the mistakes I've made. I could start fresh here and nobody knows my history. So it can become a good thing. So, you know, there's pros and cons. You do get exposed to different places, which is cool. And but for me, friendship-wise, my siblings became my best friends because I was with them all the time. I mean, it was the five of us all the time. And my older sisters, you know, were always looking out for me. I have two sisters and two brothers. Man, it is windy. So, we have moved, and I don't know the exact number, I just know it's above 50, anywhere from 50 to 55, maybe even 60, the number of times we've moved. Yes, I did say 50 to 55 or 60. That's the number of times we've moved. And you're all going to go, oh my God, how can you have moved that many times in your lifetime? Well, we've moved several times, even in, 1 year's time. My dad just liked houses and fixing them up. We did a lot of, it gave you the opportunity to check out different historical places, to have a better teacher at this school as opposed to that school. You just have to learn to take the good with the bad. And it's not all bad. You gotta look on the bright side. Just opens up the doors and, lets you just experience different things in life. And that's a good thing for kids. Kids roll with it easier than adults do. My mom was probably pulling her hair out, dealing with all these moves and 5 kids and so how many times have you guys moved?